Okay, so as you guys know, me and this guy right here, I don't know how to pronounce his name. We played before, and we decided to play a 3-game series. Whoever wins 2 games first would win the series. And he won game 1. This is game 2. I was white last time, so I had the advantage, and you know, he still managed to beat me. I made a lot of silly moves in that game, and I made even more sillier moves in this game. He's a very tricky player, and he's not the greatest player. As you can see, I'm rated much higher than he is, about 300 points. But he, for some reason, his game gives me trouble. So he had to move first. He won the last game, game 1, so he got the privilege to move first, and he did so, moving to e3. I moved my knight to f6. He moved his knight to f3. I moved my knight to c6. And that's the mistake that I made the last time, moving my pawns up first instead of my knights. I moved my pawn up. He threatened my pawn, moving his pawn to d4. I just decided to move my pawn up. It had protection there with my knight, so he couldn't take it. He decides to threaten my knight, and I push his knight back. Then I move my pawn up to d5, threatening his knight. And I just decided to take his knight and get it out the way. Had to move my knight out the way before his pawn take it. And I was okay right there. His queen couldn't take my knight because I had my bishop there protecting it. So he decides to threaten my knight with his bishop, and I decided to just come back and take his pawn. So he moved his pawn up to h3. I move my pawn up to c6, and then he threatens my bishop, and I decided to push his bishop back by moving my pawn up. So obviously I seen there that he didn't want to exchange bishops. I get my rook in 5, move my queen up. He's saying that I was trying to attack his pawn there on g2, so he moves it up so he can get some protection from the f2 pawn. And I threaten his pawn, and he threatens my queen and my knight, so he has a little fork there going on. That was a mistake that I made, but I end up moving up and threatening his king, and he could only move over 1. There's nowhere else for him to move. And then I put more pressure on his king. His only move was to take it with his rook. I put him into check again with my queen, and then I put him into check again. And he can have a knight if he want to take it, but he decided to move down and threaten my rook. And I don't think he realized that that was a bad move, because it was pretty much checkmate. So, you know, I came back after losing, and I beat him. So now the series is tied 1-1. So make sure you check the 3rd video out, because we had a rubber band match, tiebreaker. He won the first game, I won the second game. So look at game 3 to see who won the series. Peace.